Sure.
I don't even have a microphone. I almost need to put the microphone in front of me just to pretend because I kind of feel weird.
I like that sweatshirt.
Thank you. Yeah, I got this when I was going to NYU in the 90s.
You went to NYU? Oh, right. Yes, you
Yeah,
went when you
yeah.
started work and they paid for you to go, right?
That's right. That's right. And I went to NYU for a while, and then I went to Rutgers after that in Jersey.
Very nice.
But so when I was at NYU, can you guess how many credits I had?
112.
That's a great guess. Um, but the actual answer is
11.2.
279. 279, just like episode 279 of the Cultra Trail Running Podcast.
Music plays.
Yeah.
Music play.
We find out Art's been in school for the last 17 years.
That's right.
From the belly of the Beast Coast, Glastonbury, Connecticut, this is the Cultra Trail Running Podcast. We talk about all the fun shit that happens on the trails that most normal people don't care about. The language we use is f***ing explicit and raw like the trails we run on, so don't listen with your kids! No kids. Cultra is brought to you by our Patreons and supporters, and we are 112% listener supported, and support is good.
279 credits.
That's right. Yeah.
You'd
And
still be in school. You'd have like 5 PhDs, a little MD, maybe a DO.
I do. I have a DO and BO too. So, welcome everybody to the Cultra Trail Running Podcast. I'm your host, Art Byram, and I want to just welcome you guys to the APB episode. This is the Art, Fred, and Becky episode. APB.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back.
This should be the Mando episode too, because when you said BO, we have to talk about Mando.
A Mando?
Yeah.
What is
It's
Mando?
the new Lumi for men. I love Lumi. Anybody
Lumi?
that's stinky, Lumi's awesome. It's always on TV. It's like a deodorant thing, but you put it in your like little cracks and crevices, if you know what I mean, and like pitties, like armpits and stuff. But I have it, and it's crazy. It works really well. And now they have a man's version, and it's called Mando.
Mando.
Yeah.
Sounds like something
not
that would be on-
random, like just anybody.
It's just like I have to put out an MPB to let you know about Mando. Get it? Oh, what did I call it?
MPB.
Oh, I think I was gonna get confused with an MP3.
Yes. Yeah. Probably.
APB, MP3.
Or AFB.
Yeah.
So, listen, guys, we are going to have so much fun tonight. We got a lot of fun things to talk about. I think I say that a lot, right? But there's honestly always a lot of shit to talk about.
So you're not lying? You're never lying?
No, I would never lie about
Not
anything.
even exaggerating? Sometimes?
No, well, sometimes I exaggerate a little bit. So I got to send you guys a video, and I'll put it in the show notes about Yeti coolers. Okay? Did you happen to see that?
No, but I know that Yeti stuff is really good.
I did see the throw it on the ground video, though.
It basic. Yes. Yeah. We'll talk about
Wait,
that
you
too.
threw a cooler on the ground?
No, pretty much
I
everything
couldn't.
else.
So I got to send you this Yeti video. So it's kind of like what I want to, because did you guys know how we get our money around here?
We get money? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You
Well,
don't know?
how we keep the lights on?
We have lights?
How? How do we keep the lights on?
So we keep the lights on because we're listener supported. Actually, 112% listener supported, which is pretty cool, right?
Yes.
Okay, and we do that because Patreons give us monthly donations. But you know what? We don't do a lot to market it, right? What do we tell people? We're like, oh, if you join us, well, I mean, you're going to be fucking amongst the best people in the world, but I think we got to double down on it and maybe learn something from Yeti. So there's this video on Yeti, and now I'm going to explain it. And spoiler alert, maybe you want to listen to it before you listen to this. It just talks about all the marketing campaigns that Yeti had. So it shows 3 guys in a conference room, and they're talking about like, all right, how the fuck are we going to do this? We can't sell coolers when Coleman and all these other things they're selling coolers for $20, or for not $20, for like $10 for like a 50-gallon cooler. And the guy says, I'm just gonna like gouge my eyes out. And the other guy goes, gouge? That's what we gotta do. We gotta start gouging our customers. Instead of charging $10 for our coolers, we gotta charge $300 for our coolers. Okay. And then they just go through a whole bunch of different marketing things that they're going to do, like make it so that it's so fucking heavy that you can't pick it up, and then make it so that it's small and doesn't fit a lot of stuff in it, and that it's so overbuilt for what you need it to do. And then just all these things that they could do and to do it. So I think that we got to do the same with our Patreon. It's actually, I think.
Wait, so did they actually do this?
Yeah.
Like, is this like
Yeti.
kind of like making fun of like, because Yeti is like, their stuff is so highly priced? And
you know what, Beck? I got to say this. I got to say that I don't want to give away everything here. So I think people are going to have to go to the video and see what it actually says. Okay. Because
all right,
you can't always trust people, like what they say on podcasts, you know? So, yeah, probably shouldn't actually. So, because that's like, I don't know. We could do sponsors, right? But I don't know. But then I don't know. Then we'd feel kind of obligated a little bit. You think, or no?
it depends on what they're giving me. If someone's giving me something, as long as I don't have to do like the Brady Bunch where you say that something's really good when it's not, and you're like obligated. But if someone wants my honest opinion, I'm all for it. But that's just me.
All right. Well, maybe
But you know, Becky, it's true that you can't spell hookah without spelling hoe.
We're not. We're gonna have to bleep that. We're gonna have to bleep that out now, Fred. Because it's like gas, grass, or ass. Nobody rides for free. Okay.
Nobody rides for free.
And if you go flashing money, you're gonna get rolled probably. Right?
Absolutely.
So I mean, look what happened to Canadian Trail Fishing Magazine. I think their subscriptions are probably way down because we started talking about them so much and saying how great they were, and pretty much people kind of, the bullshit detector went off, and I don't know, it got pretty bad, right?
Yeah. Shit went down.
It did. And then there's the whole Trail Spanx debacle, and you know.
Yeah, but they kept it looking good. They would take that pooch and just put you like right in Trail Spanx.
Yeah, that is. It had a good angle, but they, you know, you had to kind of look at them the right way, right?
It improved your angle. That's true.
Yes. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We got to like figure out like whether if we had sponsors, are they better off that we like just agree not to mention them? Like if we did that might actually improve their sales. You think, or would it hurt?
No, and you'd like give an honest where you're like, hey, this made my jabbles chafe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, I don't know how shoes could make your jabbles chafe, but maybe you're like, I didn't like these so much that they made my jabbles chafe.
Well,
maybe just not mention them at all, though. Maybe we could just like, you know.
And we're not even talking about shoes, maybe, you know?
Maybe not. Maybe not even socks.
We're not.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about socks, maybe. So
maybe not feet.
Right. I'm so confused, but it's all good.
It is. So I don't know. We gotta like think that through, and like, so I think maybe our listeners should tell us, like, do you think you would be more likely to buy something or less likely to buy it if you heard us mention it, and why?
Well, I think if you're just like mentioning something and you're just like, hey, this is brought, then I don't like, that's just kind of a nuisance to me. But if somebody that I like sort of know is like, hey, I just used blah, 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 and I thought it sucked, or I thought it was good, like that kind of stuff I actually really like.
Yeah.
Because it just, you know.
You have to be honest about it though, right?
Yes. That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying is that like to just mention something, but if like, I don't know, if like, Jamie Myler was like, hey, I got this new pack and I thought this, and this about it. And I liked this about it, but I didn't like this. because whatever, like that would be very helpful to me because I know who she is. I know her body type. Like I know how she runs. So I'd be like, oh, okay. So she likes this and this. So that, I don't know. Those are kind of things that are always interesting to me.
Yeah.
But
I agree. Here's the deal though. Is that let's be honest. Let's be completely honest and just like call it the way that it is. Okay. Our listeners worship the ground you.
Oh God,
on,
no!
Okay,
stop that.
And like, if you said they're not bad, they probably have a production issue because so many people would be buying.
Oh yeah,
no.
Yeah, they'd be storming the walls. Yeah.
Then supply line issues and like next thing you know.
I think that what, and I think that people should get, because I always talk about it, is my jacket, my the jacket that makes everybody go blind. I got that on Amazon.
No, you didn't. It was custom made in a special
that was so good. It was so cheap. It was $25.
Yeah, not saying that. We gotta sell that shit back. Come on.
No.
No, I think actually I've actually been wanting to talk to you about that because I think that we can put those out at a fair price, right?
Yeah, not $25.
Well, let's think about it. Like that clothing is so reflective. It can, number one, it can piss people off who are trying to pass you, which is good, cause them to go off trail. So that's how much would you pay to be able to fend off the competition and get them off your ass, right?
In that way. Although it is also a motivator for people to get past you. So remember when we did Stone Cat, people like, I can't run behind you because it's so bright. Can I just get in front of you? So it might give them an excuse to try and pass you.
And then they tripped, right?
Well, when I put the stick in front of their foot. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
do you know speaking of that, I never talked to the guy that I met in the Porta-John. And I never even told anybody about that story. And
Beck, why don't you tell us about the story about the guy that you met at the Porta-John and tell us that story.
That was a great story. And I never told anybody because I thought that I was going to have him on. And then I don't know what I did with his information. And I think that was like the highlight of Stone Cat. The highlight was definitely not my performance.
Or you're running 2 laps with me. That wasn't like
that was a little lighthearted.
No, that was fun. It was like, as you can agree, it was like every mile I'd like do a double take of my watch and be like, what is going on? Like, how I didn't think I was going this slow, but I am, and I'm feeling pretty tired.
Yeah, it was kind of wacky that way, right? Like
it was. All right, so then I'll tell the quick version of my story. So we do Stone Cat, and it was long. It was supposed to be 50, and it ended up being 57, 56. I don't know. And everyone's like, oh, it was a harder course. I don't know. But anyways, it certainly took a longer time. And as soon as I finished, I got my stuff, and I just like went right into the Porta-John. And because the school was closed and I wanted to change. And so I just took my time in this Porta-John, and somebody gets into the Porta-John next to me. And I was talking to myself the whole time. Like, when you're like doing something and you just vocalize everything you're doing. Like I was like, oh man, oh, the shoe, it can't come up. Oh, now I got it. Okay, wait, let me get my sock off. Like I just was verbalizing everything I was doing.
Yeah.
And then I was asking myself questions, and I'm thinking nobody's in these other Porta-Johns. And I asked myself this like random question, and then I hear from like the next Porta-John over, like, oh, I think that's wherever. And I was like, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know there was anybody there. And he's like, no, that's all right. So we end up spending the next half hour, not exaggerating, next half hour in a full conversation, Porta-John next to Porta-John. He was in his Porta-John stretching. I was changing. And we just had this like fantastic conversation. And, oh, I know what the question was, where I was like, where is the toilet paper? And I was like kind of trying to see where it was. And he was like, do you want to borrow some of mine? And I was like, what? And and it ended up, we talked all about our race, and we talked about like his running and my running, and then we talked about Cultra. And it was really kind of odd because in the midst of it, I actually did have to go to the bathroom. So I was just like, we're talking, I'm peeing. You know how like when you're in a porta-john, it like echoes.
Oh,
So of course I'm peeing now. I hope you don't mind. He's like, no, that's all right. And then he's like, oh, I got my leg up on the side. I'm stretching. Oh, this hurt. Like it was just. And then when we came out of the porta-john was right when Art was walking by. And like we both come out and we're like, saying hi to one another. And then I'm like, Art, look at my friend. And you were like, what is going on? Because I'm like, yeah, we met in the porta-john. We talked for a half hour.
It's kind of like when your kid gets away from you and then like you're looking for him at the fair, and then he's like, oh, I was just in the clown tent and you wouldn't believe what I saw. They have all sorts of great balloons.
Oh, it was just so funny. I know you're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, we're going to have him on. I was like introducing you and I was like, we're going to have him on the show. And I put his information somewhere. And yeah, but that was like one of the highlights of that race. It was just so like, it was just like nothing. Like we just were in a full 30-minute conversation.
I got a question for you. Maybe we could have him, if he's listening, maybe he could send us a note, but this is what he's going to have to do. You have to ask a question right now that is a question that only he would know, like the answer or a secret that was uttered.
Secret code? I don't know if I can remember.
Like whispers,
whisper sweet nothings through the vents of the porta-john.
Yeah.
All right. I'll think of one.
If you can think of that. So
this is the kind of weird that only happen at rock concerts and races, right? Where there's a bunch of porta-johns, you could be like, hi, where's the toilet paper? Right?
Yes. Yeah.
The band is really good. Where's the toilet paper?
Well, and it's like usually you wouldn't no one wants to hang out in a porta-john. Like it's pretty gross. And he was like, that's where he did all of his stretching because he's like, it's cold out there. So I'm just going to stretch in the porta-john. And I was like, after a race, when you're kind of like slow moving and everything is like a kind of a chore. And that's how I was. So it was like take off my socks and put new socks on was like an 8-minute task. And then I just kind of like sit there and forget that I was actually in a dirty porta-john and just like BSing and like blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, oh, wait, I'm in a dirty porta-john. Maybe I should try and get out.
Oh, too funny. Can you hear me or no?
Yes, we can hear you better now.
Good. I'm on a new computer tonight. So for listeners here, and I just disconnected my phone from the iMac or something like that. So, yeah, it is so weird that we make
friends like that.
Yeah.
And it was not at all like, he was a really cool guy.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then I met his wife. She's like, hi. And he's like, we just met in the porta-john. And
wait a minute,
like,
was the wife in the porta-john as well? Or was it just
No.
You guys had your porta-john moment and then
we did. We had our special porta-john moment.
All right. Okay.
And then I went home and told my husband. He was kind of just did the typical head shake, like, what's wrong with you?
Oh,
that checks out. Like, really? You met a guy in the porta-john next to you. All right. Okay.
Yeah. See, I mean, for him, he was like, for this guy that you met, he's like, his wife was like, oh my God, this is so unusual for you. Right?
True.
I'm just saying, there, but then like other people might not. They might have been like, oh, okay, again with the talking in the porta-john.
Yes, that's what your husband's like. All right.
Yes. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just like the last race. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much it.
Wow.
And so speaking of races, there was one of our favorites, which I sadly missed. But I know Art did not miss it. Fred, I don't know if you missed it, was the Colchester half.
Double,
and a third,
Colchester,
double half, triple half, and a canoe. Half times 2.
The Colchester double half marathons.
Ooh,
Yes.
marathons. You put the S on
Yes,
there.
it's like the Barkley
Nice.
marathons, right?
Yeah, I
Right.
was wondering. I'm like, wait, where
Yeah.
is that? Yeah.
And
So who
thanks to
came?
Tony Bonanno for that moniker. He bestowed it a couple of years back. That was all him. So
That sounds like a to New York kind of thing.
yeah.
It's too
So
bad that whenever I think of him, I always imagine like a trunk, a car trunk, like hitting his forehead. Because that was the first time I think I ever saw him, and he had like all the blood on his like
yeah.
above the bridge of his nose. Remember? Because he shut the
We
the
were
trunk
talking
on
about
himself.
Yeah. Yep. So Tyler Tulloch was there. He did a 1.5 double half.
Awesome.
So he did. He was the long. He got the golden jackass, I guess you call it. So yeah, he was the only one who did a 1.5 double half this year.
Wow.
And then we had a bunch of us that did the double half marathons. So and that was Jamie Myler and Jacques Serbach. Caitlin Rossi was there, and then Michael Lopresti.
I know Laz was there, but she did one.
Yes,
right?
Yes. I saw her on the course. Yeah.
Oh,
I saw
good.
everybody was there. I can't even tell you who was there, but as you
Oh.
know, I only know two things. I know you weren't there and that Tony wasn't there, but besides that, like there were a lot of people there. I saw
and it was good weather, right?
it was like uncharacteristically fantastic. Yeah, it was like 32 or 33 degrees, something like that at the start, when we went out. And so there was a little bit of ice in the first loop, but just minor stuff.
So did Tyler do a loop on his own before you guys?
Of course, yes. Yeah, he showed up like 2 hours before we did, or 2.5 or whatever. And then he finished just as I pulled up. So
perfect timing.
Yeah, so it was fun, It was a lot of fun. I don't even know what to say. It was not without drama. Okay. If you can believe that.
It's hard to believe, but
shocked to hear.
What was it, hyponatremia or?
Well, no, the first loop was the first loop, right? I mean, so that's kind of how that goes, right? Nothing, no big shakes for that, except that, you know what, Beck, here's another reason why you were missed. There was
You didn't have gloves?
Well, no, I did have gloves. That wasn't bad, but we did talk about that. I told everybody that story who would listen. We actually ran a lot during that first loop.
Wow.
Like, usually the first loop we're like chilling. We're like,
right,
okay,
yeah.
Hey,
I always walk all the hills on the first loop.
Yes, yeah. We did some walking of the hills. So Jacques would probably say that we walked,
Too
like
much.
a shit ton of the hills. But so we did that, and it was just a lot of fun, just to kind of hang out and
yeah.
I got into it was really cool. I got a chance to just to talk to people, and like, because you talk to people, but like somehow this I don't know, it's really, I was just reminded how lucky we are, and I kind of forgot the joy of a long run with friends, like, not that I never do that, but like at when it's more than one, where you like, you talk to one person for maybe an hour, and then you talk to another person for an hour. Like, where in the world does that happen?
Right.
Like without somebody like looking at their phone or saying, oh, I got a call coming up in a half an hour. Oh, I got to record my podcast right now, so I can't talk to you. Or I have to go home to, whatever, do all this. And just to like hang out and not look at our, nobody's looking at their phone. They're running and just kind of doing their thing,
that is huge. Like the whole, like you're not sidetracked by your phone. I think that's really big, because I feel like any other time, like whether you're working or you're doing anything, like it feels like we're always, or someone is always sidetracked on their phone.
That's right. Yes. Somebody's not looking at what they're doing, and they're like, huh, what? But this, you're like running side by side.
Right. So you can't.
You're hardly making eye contact. So it's like you can say anything. Right. So it was really cool. I just had a really good time talking to people. So, and that personal, it seems like I've been just in this, maybe it was this winter or whatever. And, I mean, we've talked about it here, but it was so nice to have that extended personal connection. And then to also see like friends, old friends, like friends I ran with 20 years ago, who were there. So
part of the Posh Gentleman Club?
No, you're talking about Team Supreme or the
no, the one that Jimmy always laughs about. The Studville Studman?
Yes, yeah.
Studville. Okay, that's it.
Studville Athletic Club.
Yes.
So, and just another day in Studville.
Yeah.
So, no, we went and so I did the first loop, took it pretty easy, but still was like, yeah, that's about as fast as I was going to go anyway. And then the second loop, I'm running with Andy Meisler. Okay.
Oh, Andy.
Oh my God. It was so fun, but that fucking guy can talk, man. Oh my God. So
he kid.
He's talking, and Mike Lepresti's there too. And so I'm talking to them, and then Mike and the two of them are talking, and I'm like, oh, where'd they go? And I'm like, oh, well, of course, that's right where they are. So they were right there. And then Andy and I got running and ran a couple miles. I think we probably got to like 6 or 7 miles in the second loop.
Oh, wow.
And then he pulled away, he went because I went to get something to eat, and I was like just in a low spot.
He was like, I gotta go.
I was like 18, whatever it was, 16 miles into it, or 18 miles, I guess, at that point, and I'm starting to suffer some. So later on he said, oh, hey, I'm sorry I took off, but he goes, you okay? You just started making a whole bunch of noises and stuff. And
you're making off-putting noises. I had to go.
Oh wait, and I know exactly what he's talking about. I totally do, because I've been on many runs with you where you're like,
like, oh my fucking God. Okay. Oh Jesus. Oh mommy, come on, fucking focus. Oh shit. Fuck. Okay. All right. What are we doing?
I think my favorite is when we're running and you can tell that you're like in a different place, because I could be in this really intense conversation with someone, or other people, like they could be in like an argument or whatever, and you'll just pop in with this random other conversation as if like nothing was going on. You'll be like, so I like red apples, don't you? And it's like, what? Like, wait a minute, what? Like,
oh.
It'll be like this crazy thing where someone's like, listen, I have a really deep, dark secret that I need to tell you. And everyone's like, oh, what is it? And then you're like, do you know how many inches are in a foot? And you're like, what?
Yes. Oh, jeez.
And usually my response is just to start laughing, because I find it really funny. I enjoy that.
That's good to hear. Yeah. I hope I entertain you back. I hope I entertain.
Yes, very much so. Very much.
So it was just so fun in so many different ways. We were sporting the robes and the robes at registration and stuff. And it was just, you do the run, and then like, it's just a gathering of like, it's early race in the year, so that most people, some people are in shape from being in shape all year, or maybe like the Boston guys are, but most people are kind of like not quite on their A game, or this is like the first time they're shaking it out. And then there's Jacques Sorbach.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to shake anything out. Everything's already permanent pressed.
So, I like the t-shirt though. I like his t-shirt.
Yes.
What t-shirt?
Yeah, tell us, Fred.
The one that says pen means bread in French, right? That one?
Yes.
Wait, I don't get it.
Pain.
Oh.
Bread in French.
Yes. Yeah, that was great.
It's got
I like that.
A baguette on it too, Pan bread.
I like that.
So
yeah.
But for people that don't know the race that we're talking about, so what we do, just to kind of like lay it out there again, if you haven't been paying attention, whatever.
Shame on you. Shame on
or
you
you're
for not
having
paying attention.
issues. You might be in the middle of a long run and be hyponatremic. So I'm going to break it down for you fuckers.
This will be on the test, everyone. It'll be on the
Yeah,
final. So pay attention.
That's right. If you already know what the fuck's up and what time it is, then you can just fast forward this explanation. But so Colchester half marathons, we show up early and do X amount of laps before. And then we all make sure that we're there, except for Jimmy, to run the final lap at the when there's an official half marathon that goes on there. And this is a race that I think it had about 500 people or so, 475, 500, something like that. And it is super hilly for a road marathon. You know, it's I forget what the vert is, but for a road marathon, it's a lot.
Yeah, it is silly.
You put it to trail mileage, you know, if you compare it to trails, it doesn't quite stack up, but it's still like, I guess I should look.
It's like over 1,200.
Yeah.
I mean, it's around 100 feet per mile.
Yeah. Yep. And then, so it's not a fast race.
Right.
Generally, although
yeah,
somehow I had my PR there.
I still think that's so crazy. I mean, good for you, crazy, but crazy.
And I did it with snow and ice on the course. I ran a 133 there one year.
That's great. I could never. Yeah. And the thing with it too is that some of those downhills that you have there they're not like like sometimes like downhills, they're just too steep to take.
Yes.
At least for me, to take good advantage of. I feel like some of the downhills there are like where you're like, yes, a downhill, but then it's like, oh, I can't fully take advantage because I have my brakes on.
We're talking to you, mile 9.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So the year I ran it, I attacked the shit out of that. I have to say, I threw myself down that hill with screws in my shoes and my feet bled.
And not in your head. No screws in your head.
None. They were loose. But so let me get to the point of all this. So we ran this basically as a group together, not super fast, probably like 2 hours. You know, a couple people probably went 2 hours. I waited for somebody at the end a little bit. So I think I was in at like a 2:08 or something for the first loop, which is generally faster than I think
our first loop is. Faster than our first loop usually.
Yeah.
At least mine.
So then but then a couple people threw down. I didn't check everybody's time or anything like that, but I think Michael Presti came under 2 hours for the second loop, which is pretty good.
Yeah, like 159.
Yeah.
Great.
And then Jacques Serbach
came in 59 minutes. Forget the one.
No, but almost. He ran a 124 there.
Oh my gosh.
And got which is like, I think that was like 11th place or something like that. 11th or 12th
that
place.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So
he's crazy.
Oh my God.
It's so effortless too.
Yeah. The fact that he did that after, he did that as at the back half of his marathon was
right. Yeah.
Was pretty impressive on that course, because that even has, just to put the rest of it in perspective, part of it is like, uphill dirt, like, like you see in Vermont.
Yeah.
Part of it is flat, probably a mile or more is like flat like rolling, farm roads and things like that.
It's just challenging. It's challenging. Like even the last like 2.5 miles is like this gradual uphill, and it's not like this significant uphill, but it's the whole part. Like you turn onto whatever that road is, and it's just a steady uphill. And at first you're like, yeah, it's fine. But then,
it's
2.5 miles later, you're like, all right.
Yeah.
Put out pencils in my eyes.
Yeah. No, but he, and there was a headwind there's always a headwind at the bottom of that course coming across by those houses,
Was it poopy smelling like the cows? Sometimes the cow poopies are worse than other times.
Yeah, there was there were slow goats on the course. So there was a sign that said danger or caution slow goats, or maybe danger slow goats, or warning.
So it wasn't referring to like people, it was actually referring to goats.
I don't know whether they were saying the goats were slow or that you should go slow because of the goats. But
should go slow, you goat.
Or maybe
Like slow goats. You're a slow goat.
They're the greatest of all time at being slow.
Oh, yeah. I just figured out what that meant
You did?
2 days ago.
Okay. Well, this is relevant.
I was like, what are they people talking about when they say goat? And I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And then I finally got it. But I'm sure I'll forget and get it again a couple more times.
Well, there's cows too. And those are people who could only win.
Really?
Yes.
Did you just make that up?
Yes.
Oh. I was like, wow, that's really good. And then I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. This is Cultra. I've been here.
I know.
What am I, a sponsor? Why you got to be like that?
So, important question about Colchester. The food. Did it live up to its yearly?
Yes. So I got to tell you a story. So Big Scott Johnson was there.
I saw that. I was like, man, I missed him.
And oh gosh, now I'm feeling embarrassed because I don't remember the woman who he was there with. I think it was Alicia.
Oh, I think I just saw it on Facebook
Alicia
too.
Keys?
I saw a picture.
No, it was
definitely that's who
some
it was.
supermodel. I don't know. I can't keep track of them all. Not that he's doing anything wrong, and I didn't mean it like that. And she's not doing anything wrong either. Okay, so just drop it already. But so I went to get so I took my sweaty Cultra jacket, which I ran in my nice orange windbreaker that I got at the Cultra gear store at Cultra Clothes, available in all sizes. In Don't Shoot Me Orange. So I wore that and it was wonderful. But it was also sweaty. So I left that on my chair. And then I went and I got my my lazy vegan chili. It was actually 100% vegan chili. So,
yum.
And I brought it back and I went to sit down. And as soon as I sat down, my calf cramped up like, yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't mention that I was on the verge of cramping like the last 5 miles or so of this or so, something like that.
No.
But yeah, just like right on the edge. And then, so that slowed me down a lot, but I didn't really care too much. But, so I sat down and then my calf hurt so badly that I had to immediately stand up. So I sat down and then I stood up and just had my eyes closed and my chili holding out in front of me. And then once I got my cramp under control, I just said I kind of had to open my eyes and look around, and I was like, yeah, I feel like I'm giving a toast, and I hope you guys don't mind, but that hurt so much. I am not even going to try to sit down again. So I ate standing up because I would have cramped. I stood for the first half an hour or more. So,
all right. So it was an outstanding performance.
Oh, thank you, Fred. Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
Very clever of you, Fred.
So I do got it. So that's really the second in one of our, at least we have a whole bunch of things that we're doing. But we got a couple others coming up. And I got to talk about one just before. I know Fred has one that we want to talk about. But there's one more coming up March. When's your event, Fred? When is that? When is Waramaug?
That's April.
Last weekend in April, April 8th or something.
Yeah. So March 31st is, everybody knows what date that, or what that day that is?
That's Easter.
March 31st?
March 31st.
Oh yeah, that's Easter.
Okay, so what's March 30th?
The day before. Oh, Hoppin Hodges.
Hoppin Hodges or Easter Eve.
Right.
So
keep talking.
Okay.
I don't know why I announced that. Everybody didn't need to know that. Okay, sorry.
But now they do.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, so we got we have the Hoppin Hodges 50K coming up. And for those who don't know what that is, it's going to be in Vernon. Every year there's a 5K that they have there on the rail trail. And that starts, the 5K starts at 9:00 in the morning. But what we do is we start sometime in the middle of the night or the very early morning, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And we go out and we run 28 miles. And then we come back with enough time to register and hang out at the starting line. and then we join in the 5K and get we finish with 31 miles or a 50K. So we basically finish our 50K with the rest of the 5K group. So looking to do it this year. I know last year Tony Bonanno did it and Alex Brown did it. So with me, they tried to take out the course record on it, but it didn't happen for them. So I fortunately I still hold that. I basically have I've won it every year, and I didn't win it last year, but I did have my record was safe at least. So it's pretty exciting, lots of fun. We do the first 28 miles as a kind of like a group fun run, and then we'll come back to the 5K, and then all bets are off. You can go fucking crazy there. So and you can show up as early, if you're afraid that your pace, you're worried about your pace or something and you want to get an earlier start, you can do that, but it's a lot of fun. It's all on the Hop River Trail. So, generally we do an out and back towards Manchester, and then, come back, and lots of fun. So, Fred, you should come.
I'm going to be out of town, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would.
Okay, all right.
I would love to.
Yeah, it is a little bit tough, but you can invite if you're a real baller. You can invite, get your family to show up for the Hoppin Hodges 5K. And then you can just show up all like bloodshot eyes and all hopped up on caffeine.
Yeah.
And then you just double down on the caffeine, run your 5K, and then they run the 5K, and then they're going to be tired because they ran the 5K. And then you can say, you know what, let's just chill in front of the TV today, So there's lots of ways to get this done, or you can sleep in your car at the starting line before you start the 50K. So all of those methods have been, are tried and true. So I'm going to post up something there with an appropriate Cultra bot came up with some artwork for this event again.
Awesome.
Cultrabot's been working overtime lately. So
AI would probably come up with a song about it if you wanted them to.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we could have Cultrabot sing it, or
yes. Yeah.
Cultrabot, he has the ability, not only he's very talented, or they are really talented, because he transcends any kind of gender or whatever.
Right.
So Cultrabot has been changing their voice all over the place. And reading our Patreons, it's been very nice to be able to do that. So, but we also have coming up, we have the nation's, Fred, let me ask you a trivia question here. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
What is the nation's oldest 100K?
I believe the nation's oldest continuously run 100K race would be Lake Waramaug.
What?
It started in 1974.
Huh.
50 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. And what state is that in even?
The state of Waramagia, I think. Yeah. And sometimes they call it Connecticut, but I don't know. I mean,
Wow.
And I'm old. I was going to say I'm not that old, but I'm pretty old. But when I first started running ultras, it was the only ultra marathon in the state of Connecticut. It was it. There was only one.
That was before Hoppin Hodges? Are you sure?
Before Hoppin Hodges.
And before the Cut 112?
Before the Cut 112.
Holy
before
crap.
Any of these, before Bimblers, before any of these other ones, there was Waramaug.
Huh.
There. And legends of the sport ran it.
Geez, who ran it?
Ray Kay was one of them. Ray Krolowitz. Park Barner. If you look at the list of the people who finished it the first year, it's like a who's who of the history of ultra running. But I think our own Andy Meisler ran it when he was quite young too, right? Is that right?
Yeah, Andy ran it, and also
I think he might have run it when he was like
Howie.
13 or something, though,
Oh no,
right?
no, that was Howie. Howie
Oh, that was
Bryant.
Howie. That's right. Howie
Howie
Bryant
Bryant.
when he was like 13. Yeah.
I wouldn't put that past Andy Meisler though. So
No.
he does that shit.
He
So.
could. Right. That was Howie. I'm sorry. Yeah. But yeah, so this is the 50th anniversary of the first one. It's not actually the 50th running because of COVID,
Yes.
but 50th anniversary of the beginning of the thing. It started out as just 100K around the lake, which is up in Kent and Washington and Warren, and they then added a 50 miler and a 50K. So it's a festival, but right now, for a few months now, entries have been open. You can sign up on Ultra Sign Up, and I think there are about 75 people signed up, but they could use another 50 at least. And if you're not going to run it, you should volunteer because we can use volunteers too.
Yeah.
I believe Art and Becky volunteered for about 15 hours last year.
I think it was 50, Fred. 50.
Yeah,
50.
I think that
it could have been 50.
We were there a day and a half early.
But they would like to not volunteer quite as much this year.
It was a lot of fun, though.
We're going to volunteer to sit this one out. That was one of the better aid stations. We made hot apple pies, and we had sales classes. Actually, we had a trained sales staff on.
We did.
You know, oh yeah.
That was, remember when Jamie brought her miler sub, her miler.
Yes,
like her
sub 9,
sub 4,
sub 9, sub 4,
sub 4, sub 6. She brought like that was pretty awesome.
And I had like labeled every food after different people. I had the like chocolate chip cookies. I had the Celeste Ding Dongs. I had put the stickers on the 2 New York bananas. Gave everybody an Albert Star sticker.
Yep. And we had also a monkey stuffer was there too.
Oh yeah.
Yes, the stuffer was there. We had a lot. That was a lot of fun. Remember we were putting everybody's pictures in the water and taking pictures of it. This is how nice we are to our Patreons. We were taking all pictures of our Patreons, putting them in a dirty puddle and taking pictures.
That's right. And you're gonna like it. So yeah, that's
when what's his name? That's when Chocolatey Chip gave me the 2 nuts, the 2 bolts.
Yep.
That he ran around with.
Yep.
I still have them in my racing bag. I carry them with me.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was
that's a really good race.
It is.
And we had to witness. That was when Lauren did her first 50K, 50 miler.
I think it was her first ultra, but it was 100K. She did the 100.
As I remember her sitting down in the chair in our aid station, and we were giving her a pep talk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or I say we were giving her a pep talk. I think I was just talking incessantly. And
no, it wasn't a pep. I actually call that, it was more like threatening her and like applying. We had like a taser, and like she was there and she's like, I'm just going to sit here. Okay. Cause I'm done. I was like,
nope.
Sorry, girl. No, this is like, this is like actually association property, lake association property.
Art used the Reagan technique. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't sit there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be allowed to let you sit there.
The Reagan salvo. So
yes.
Or the Reagan gambit. We worked the
Reagan gambit. Right?
That was a lot of fun. I did have fun that day.
And speaking of gambits, Gandalf was there as well.
That's right. You guys helped him get to the finish too.
Oh yeah. We pushed him off. We said, you can't stop. You can't quit here. It's not allowed here. Right. Next aid station's the way it works. Sorry. So, this is a non-dropout one.
I'm surprised that we actually got to keep our walkie-talkie for the whole time. I thought for sure they were going to take it away from us. So I feel like anytime we needed to use it or we were supposed to answer, we couldn't be serious.
That's right. Who says we can't have good things? Right? We also had the special feature of the course. Like Cultra I think I forget how many $100 we had to throw to him for this right, but we had the naming rights for the turnaround point
Oh, yes.
in the first like 2 miles or something. It was the Cultra Reach Around. So you got to go there, and we had monkeys. We had like, how many monkeys did we have? Like
We had a
all of
lot of
them?
Oh,
monkeys.
I
And we
still
had
have some of
the
those monkeys. Yes.
we had the Joe bathroom,
Yeah.
the Joe Noir bathroom.
Yes, Technicar trail sharts.
I think that was my favorite. I laughed so hard when I was decorating that porta john. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, poor guy. He's probably like,
Now,
why is my face all over this porta john?
nobody got any water or any food or anything at the aid station, but we had our signs up and threw the pictures around a bunch.
I do feel like when people would like kind of come up, we'd be so focused on like talking to them or making a funny statement that
Yeah.
they'd kind of like be like, can I get something to eat or drink? And we're like, oh,
Yeah.
right. We're actually here to help you.
Oh, you're here for
We
aid?
thought we
I'm
were
sorry.
here for our entertainment purposes.
Yeah. It was kind of a mixed bag, I mean, I don't know, highly recommend, scale 1 to 10, somewhat satisfied, not at all, and what the fuck. It's kind of like,
That was a tough day, like weather-wise, though, wasn't it? Like it kind of got like rainy and windy, and
It's been worse, but it was not great.
yeah,
It's not.
Yeah.
I feel like it's never well, I shouldn't say that. It's always great weather at Lake Waramaug.
Yeah, when we were emptying the stuff, it got worse as the evening
Yeah.
went on.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we were putting the stuff in my garage afterwards, Odendal and I. It was just pouring rain. It was awful.
Ugh.
But it's usually pretty great weather though. It's a good time. Everybody
It
loves
is.
it.
It is a great. I like that race a lot. And that was my first. That was my first ultra. So
I was just going to say it's also a great first ultra
it is
because
a great one.
there's aid every 2.5 miles. There's like a lot of people. It's very
There's
people are very
tolerable bill
upbeat.
every
The
7.6
tolerable bill
miles.
is there encouraging everybody.
Yep.
Celeste is the volunteer coordinator.
But and I mean,
What?
that's just
Yeah.
I
That's
hear
like
she
having
gives
the monkey
complimentary
watch the
reach
barrel.
arounds too.
Yeah.
That's like having the monkey watch the barrel. I don't even know if that should be legal. Like,
I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
like,
How much fun is that going to be?
that's like you lose like plausible deniability, or like any allegedness just goes right out the window. It pretty much, Your Honor, my client pleads that he's just fucked. So, so I did want to, so everybody should sign up for that, right?
Yeah. Now get
like
on.
we're telling you what to do. Okay. So,
Yes.
yeah. But then, also, there's something else going on too. Another race registration that's open. Not a race though. Sorry, my bad.
No, that's not a race.
It's just the thing that happens.
Right. I was like,
A
what?
little festival. It's a festival.
In Connecticut, it's not even a festival. That indicates
It's a Festivus.
organization.
Festivus.
Yeah. So it's
The restable.
something called the Cut 112. So if this is and this is not like a joke. This is we're very serious here about this. Very serious, deadly serious. So this is a run that allegedly goes from the borderline of Massachusetts and Connecticut and heads basically due south through the middle of the state on trails, wonderful trails that are just so happy. And if you like gnarly stuff and good times, it's a and it goes all the way through the middle of the state and straight down and ends in Guilford at the Long Island Sound. The distance is 112 miles, and it's called the Cut 112. Basically, the rule is that you have to kind of prove that, like,
you know what you're doing?
yeah, or at least that, like, you have a chance to know what you're doing, like, and that you're like that you got a reasonable chance of not really hurting yourself, and that you're going to be like, you got to prove that you're going to like at least put we've seen people with not that much experience who claimed they were going to put in the work, and were successful at this,
Yeah.
and then lots of people who are some of the top runners that I know have done this and not been able to finish it. So it's not an easy. I'm not claiming in any way that it's an easy.
It is not.
There's nothing
not
easy about it. Like
there's not.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
So it's the Cut 112. That's it starts on May 31st and I'm sorry, April, May 31st and
Friday.
Yeah, Friday, May 31st, and then goes all day. So you run basically all day Friday, you run all night, and then you run all day, and then you run all night. A lot of us would. And the rule is basically just that you can't sleep. That's the cutoff. It's not a stage race or anything like that. There's no sleeping allowed. That's basically you kind of get disqualified. That's not what it's about. We're not looking to just stay out there as long as possible. But we want everybody to just keep moving under one continuous push,
So, like when Miss Haberstam, your second grade teacher, said, you can just chunk it, Billy, just chunk it.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You can't chunk it. You got to do it all at once. There's no chunking it. Right.
You can. It's more like, oh my God.
Small, steady bites.
No, the guy
cut
keep
off biting though. You can't just
keep biting. You can't just savor and chew.
Yeah, Vincent van Gogh said that each painting should be captured in one complete thought and motion. You just start it and you paint the fucker. And so
he said it like that. You start it and then you paint the fucker.
Yeah, he painted over 900 paintings.
He was kind of sassy then, huh? You started.
He was, and it didn't hurt him at all,
sassy.
Right? It didn't hurt him at all. He came out fine. So,
well, he only had one ear at the end, but
True.
Wait, did he cut it off or somebody else cut it off?
He cut it off.
Why did he do that again?
Allegedly.
Unclear.
So he got in a fight with Gauguin, I think, with Gamera and Godzilla.
Stop. I don't know why I initially always believe you.
No,
like
it was Gauguin. He did get in a fight with Gauguin, and he had him give it to, I think, a love interest. My wife is watching. There's a movie on Netflix, I think, and Peggy's down watching it right now. So we'll have to ask her. Okay.
All right.
But so the last thing I'll say about the cut, is there. It's a fundraiser for Connecticut Forest and Parks. Kind of off the record, deniable plausibility. You can't blame them for it or me. And what we do is we have people who sponsor that race, who help support the costs of the race, and then we're able to donate 100% of the entry fees and the donations that people make during the entry fee process to Connecticut Forests and Parks. So the races are $112 for the 112-mile race. So it's $1 a mile. That's like a $3 5K, right?
Yeah.
Or how much would a 50-mile race cost back?
I don't know. 56. Oh, wait.
A 50-mile race?
Sorry.
If it's $1 a mile and
50.
and Johnny has 50 miles and he wants to buy the miles for $1 each.
I don't know why. And I'm usually really
scientists, right? So except that here's the thing, the $50 race is $100. So that kind of fucks up that math.
Yeah. You can't get overexcited about the math.
Yeah.
I'd like to just call out the people who are helping Cultra. So Cultra sponsors this race and also picks up anything that if anything didn't come in, we would pick it up. So I'd like to thank Bill Odendahl, Nicole Carey,
yay,
Albert Star Galactica,
yay,
Robert Jason Jeffers,
boo, no, I don't know why I said boo. Yay.
Let's see, Sherry Bilby. Yep. Michael Lopresti.
Yay.
And a separate one with CT Trail Mixers.
Nice. Yay.
Then West Rock Ramblers.
Wow.
Yep. And then Bill Gibbs went absolutely nuts. He went over the top.
Oh,
and
he's the best.
Meridian Industrial Group. They did as well. They stepped in. I think that's Jordan's father's involved with that. So
Oh, very nice.
thanks to
Thank
him.
you.
Yep. And I mention, I don't think I think I skipped over like JJ Duran, right?
Yes.
You ran
Yeah.
so far away from his name.
I
Yeah.
did.
That-
Sometimes I do that. I'm like, did I read that? It's ADHD. And then Ba-da-ba-bop.
Oh,
Ross
Right.
what a
Belak.
bop. And he's going to be there. And he's going
Yeah.
to be running.
So he's like, he's like falls into that category of actually most of this fucking list does into our super supporter list.
I know.
What a great list of people that is.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Wouldn't that be funny if there was somebody on the list that we really like didn't like and we're like, what a great list of people.
And it's that art Byram.
Except for that one, right?
Yeah. They're all pretty much
Bless you.
like you can have anything you want between over here and down here. Kind of like on Steve Martin the Jerk. Okay. So
Well, it's very exciting, and I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to it. And
yeah.
and it's getting pretty. It's over half full, right?
Yes, it is. So you probably want to fucking
I'm gonna
sign
go
up now,
take a
right?
look.
Yeah. I think we have probably 20 people signed up on the 21 on the 112 race.
On my screen.
So it's getting
I
close.
see
I just
Becky
kind of
twice.
Why
I
am
just
I
kind
in
of-
big?
because Beck, I just
That's creeping me out.
we got a different look tonight. So yeah, that's the cut 112. So come on out and do that. And if you can't, come on out and just hang out with us. I don't care where you're from. Just drop me a line. It doesn't matter what time you show up.
Yes, come support.
Yeah, and it's just like,
We'd all use the
oh my
support.
God, I need other people to help blame. Okay, so I
You
mean,
need what?
blame, like other people
Okay.
blame, right? I need other, right, Fred? People we can frame and blame.
Yes. Yep.
And it looks like there's nine spots left in the 112.
Yeah, 9.
Not sure how many are left in the 50. Doesn't
Yeah, the 50 is a
specifically
little bit
state.
more open. Here's
Yeah.
the thing: the 112 is listen, neither of the courses are easy, but the 50 is a you have a long time to do that 50 miles. Okay, so if you're not afraid and you put in some work as far as on your skills and your navigation skills, then the 50 is very approachable.
Yeah.
Because you have like, God, I didn't work out the math, but it's like, I think you have like 19 or 20 hours to do the 50 mile. I don't have a separate thing for that, but it starts at the ass crack at dawn on Saturday. It's called the butt, right? So It starts at the ass crack at dawn and it's run on the same course. So about half the field will have already passed you. And then if you're a fast cat, you can try to run them down. And then if you're just kind of cruising at your own pace, you might be able to run with some of the people who are doing. Yeah, you can do the 112. So, hey,
and it's not going to rain this year. There's not going to be any rain.
No. If it did, we would only be happy. So,
well,
I don't know.
Sure, we would be.
Rain.
Yeah.
Because I did say that several times during the Colchester. That I'll be so sad when this is over. So I did let everybody know that. So, well, listen, we have some. Do you guys have a minute to talk about some of our Patreons, or how's it going?
Sure.
And
Yeah.
we'll try to get through this, right?
We're gonna speed through it. It won't take more than 2-3 hours.
That's right. So, we got some new folks here. So we have and this is not in our normal order.
No, it's not.
It's in our abnormal order. So, first up, we have Brian O. I think it's Brian O'Hanlon. He's basically Amy Jennifer Hanlon's Irish cousin, I think. So, or I don't know. What do you guys think for Brian O?
I think that sounds, or Irish twin.
It could be Braino. He could be like a soft drink
to make you smarter, Braino.
It
I think it is Braino.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Okay, thank you.
We're sorry, Brian.
He's in at the evil Becky level, so
Yay!
thank you very much for that. And then we have a new one coming up. We have 113th mile. So
that's awesome.
It is. I just don't even know what to say about that, right?
That's good.
Yeah, you can't fight that shit, right? I mean,
No.
like, that's just like throwing it, just throwing it out there. Like, I see you 112 and I raise you one.
Exactly.
Somebody signed up for the Cut 112 today.
Ooh.
And I saw that they did what did they do? The Forbidden Forest or one of those races in the 30-hour. I almost disqualified this fucker for this. He did the 30-hour race there, and guess how many miles he ran at the 30-hour race?
112? 111.
Nope. 111.5.
Ooh.
It was like, are you fucking taunting me here? Like, putting that down? Really? So, I don't know. I'm kind of, the jury's out there. We'll see. But
so they may not make the cut into the cut.
Correct. Just because of that, they might. We'll have to have. There's got to be more. We need to further investigation. So we'll check it out. Next up, we have Karen Plato.
I'm so excited to see that. Yay. I know. And I feel like I see so many of her adventures, but I don't often get to like actually see her out on the course. So it was so nice to see her out there at the King of Pain. She's very nice.
Yeah.
She's good at that one.
So I think Karen Prado is now forever like a Karen on the trail, right? And
she's so not a trail Karen.
She
Karen.
is. She is. You can follow her and you're not going to get lost, right? And it's Karen. It's Karen Plato. So
yes, but she's not like a pain in the neck Karen. Like the
no. She's a Karen spelled like the
C-A-I,
like care.
Right.
Oh, okay. Now I get it. All right, I like it.
And it's Karen Plato, because who doesn't like Play-Doh, right? Did you play with Play-Doh?
Except when it gets dry and hard.
Oh, that's true. Well, moist. She's like moist. Okay, so she's.
I hate that word.
Moist Play-Doh.
Nope. Not good. That word. Nope. Nope.
So I met Karen at the Chosen One's graduation party, and she said, "Karen, and this is Fred," and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm Fred," and I turned to my wife, and this is Karen. So we had like this parallel thing. Very weird.
Oh my God. That is, I thought of that. That is,
it's like matter and antimatter, like collided.
Wow. Jeez. And so she's a basic liquor, right? So
apparently.
Although there's nothing basic about her.
That's right. Yes.
Not basic.
Then up next we have energy. It's like energy, but it's a little bit better.
But it's pronounced wrong.
It's alphabetically superior.
You kids have a lot of energy today.
She's got the energy.
Yeah.
And she's in at that Erie Canal level, which is awesome.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you.
That's a butt kicking level.
It is.
Energy. She's bringing the energy. That's what I'm saying.
That's right. She's bringing the energy. And then we have Steve Extremo from
yay!
The Conquer the World.
Yeah.
Yes, and if I don't know if there's still open spots, but if there are, and people are looking for a race in March,
spring onto the trails.
Spring on the Trails. Awesome race we did the last couple of years, and then this year I had a brain fog and signed up for a different race. Although I'm happy that I'm doing the other race, but I'm sad that I'm not doing Spring on the Trails. So it's a really good race. Look into it if you haven't. Check it out.
Yeah, we'll be out doing to Hale and back.
Yeah, with Hale and back with that.
That's right.
Which there's a waiting list for that one.
In the shape that I'm in, I'll be lucky to get to Hale.
Not going to make it back, you don't think? That'll be it.
That's right. Yeah. We have Rusty Red Wagon.
Red Wagon.
There you go.
For the horses to get on the submarines, I think.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
And then Just a Plata.
I like that.
Yeah, because and there's nothing wrong with being just a plotter because I don't think
I
that you
think
can
that's
be.
awesome.
You don't have to like make excuses. You don't have to just plot anything, right?
No,
It's just like you got to own it, right?
just applaud.
So,
Maybe it's really just applaud her.
oh, just applaud her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
Could
go.
be.
Excellent.
Well, I mean, yeah, well, that wouldn't be right, right? If I can't say I'd clap for that, right? Is that weird?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, tomato, tomato.
Okay, all right, okay. I clap for that, right? I mean,
As long as you're only clapping for it.
that's
And
right.
you could be
Yes.
doing other things for it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then
Oh, Sandy Barbells.
yes, Sandy Barbells. Yes, I saw her and I saw Mr. Barbell too.
You
All right.
saw the man barbell?
I believe so. Yeah, the manly
Oh.
barbell. I think he's
Wow.
coincidentally. Oh God, now I'm like forgetting. He does like. Oh, he's a mountain climber
Oh,
for real.
kind of like on Price is Right, the mountain climber one, you know?
Yes.
The one of the little things, and you have to get the thing within a certain amount of dollars and the mountain climber can't
Oh, he
climb
goes
off
up.
the end of the mountain. Yeah.
Yes.
You have to be within $30 and the mountain climber falls off.
Yeah. Yeah. That could be
Just like that.
That's one of my favorite people.
Bob
Let
Barker.
us know what one of your favorite
Oh.
Price is Right
Yeah.
things are. That one in Plinko.
Okay.
That's a good one too. Oh, in the golfing one. The golfing one. I like that one too.
Okay.
right,
This
so-
one's going to get an honorable mention because she probably didn't they probably didn't quite understand what was going on. But I want to call out to Bob Barker. Speaking of game show hosts, Bob Barker's significant
Sister.
other, Jane Barker, is out there. So
That's awesome. I love
at
that.
at a fat ass rate. You know? So.
But she's supporting us. You know,
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
in
So
spirit. In spirit.
we magnify all lights. Then we have our guy who is just never energetic. We have Eric Wester. He's always westing. So
Oh, I get it. I didn't get that
you
first.
see.
He's a
Okay,
Wester.
sorry, that's a bad dad joke there. So. And Beck, why don't you take some here?
Oh, Liz Vicious.
Yeah,
Yay. We like Liz Vicious.
there you go.
And Chris Colangelo, I was so happy to meet him
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago. And I'm looking forward to hopefully doing some cut training runs with you, Chris. Yay.
Well, I want to have him. I was thinking of having him on the show. Just like he does a
Nah, he
lot
kinda
out in
sucks.
the Niantic Run crew, and
I'm only
he's
joking. Only joking, Chris.
you know,
Yes, that would be good.
yeah.
That would be.
So
Dan Braveheart.
Dan Braveheart,
Yay.
yes.
Oh, another fat asser. Douglas. Oprah Wormer.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, thank you. Heidi Stearns. Oh, and she's an evil Becky.
And yeah,
Yay.
Stearns and Foster, right?
Stearns.
Yes.
There's a
What
whole
did they
bunch
sell
of
again?
these are all compound. These are what's that?
Stearns and Foster. What do they sell? Beds?
Beds.
Mattresses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She actually named her dog Foster after her Patreon name.
Did you really?
She did.
She
It's
did.
true. It's true. She's been under a bad influence though. Like I think she's been
Celeste.
possessed by a what is the word for it? Like not a poltergeist, but like a
Ding dong.
Celeste.
Oh, Slestergeist.
Yes, something like
Celestial
that.
being. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. David Hyde.
And Zeke.
Yes. Oh, Rebecca Gonzalez. Reisberg.
That's right. 7/10 of her donation is underwater. So
Gil Patrick. Oh, Gil Big Pack. Did you see what I just did? Bill
Yeah,
Gilpatrick.
yeah,
Gil.
Oh,
he's their patriotic Patreon.
yes. A Marcus. Yay. Looking forward to seeing you at Notchview, which Notchview just got approved. Very excited. We were a little
Oh,
worried,
wow. When
but
did-
it got
it didn't-
go ahead.
When did it open?
It hasn't opened yet, but Double N was just waiting from the approval from the board to let the let the race go on.
To release
And
the hounds.
It shall.
The race must go on.
It must. And you guys really need to come and do that one. You have to come do it with Celeste and I. It is great. And with Tolerable Bill and with JJ Duran. There's so many people. There's so many peeps that do that race.
We're gonna have celebrities there. Okay.
Celeste
there are some celebrities.
JJ,
just fucking
Tolerable, Lauren.
Double Ns.
Yes.
Double N, Wally
Rebecca.
the watermelon there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So
okay. So A. Marcus.
Yep.
Descartes.
That's right.
Is that a chicken?
I would say so. Yes.
Nice.
I think it's DJ Descartes, right?
Sure.
Or is that Descartes was a scientist, philosopher, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He runs, therefore he is.
Okay. I like it.
Nate Zilski.
And just a minute, and he's also in at the Erie Canal level, which is
right.
Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah.
Nice.
His card is filled.
It is. And Nate Zilski.
Yeah.
And Ty. Yay.
Hi, Ty. And thank you. She's also in at the Erie Canal level.
Too.
Right.
Oh
Look
my
at
gosh.
You.
That's right. She's going for the full Yeti cooler version of our Patreon thing. We're actually going to come out with the new Yeti cooler version, I think.
Yeti cooler level you should have.
Yes. It's completely impractical and overpriced.
Yes, exactly.
But it's cool.
We know who this person is.
Yes.
Mommy Gregory.
Yeah.
Yep. I just never know what to say when I see that name. It's just so odd.
It'll always remind you of Celeste, though, right?
Yes. Rob the Bear, Breckenridge. Yay. He's talk about famous people at Notchview. He is right at the top of that list of the famous that are at Notchview.
Okay.
Lauren Edelman, hopefully she will be there this year. I think I talked to her about that. I think she might be. I hope so. You better be there. Slurpee Runner.
Slurpee Runner.
Running around Philadelphia.
Well, he's walking around slurring and then he's like pee-peeing. So you tell me what happened, right?
And big shout out to the victors go the miles, to the miles go the victors. Miles Victors. Yeah. He just had just finished a race that was I just looked at it quickly on Facebook, but that was a challenge, but he got through it and he was super proud of himself. And it was a great finish photo of him with, I believe, some of his family members.
Yeah,
so
the family. That was good.
Yeah, he's just an inspiring guy. So.
Yes. Yep. You can tune into previous episode. I'm going to make it up.
I was just going to say, wow, if you know that episode.
No,
that's
I'm going to guess that it was like 223.
I'm going to guess it was 241.
I'm going to say 251.
Okay.
Try them all. Tell us who's closest without going over.
Actual mileage may vary. So
nice. Ellen, Patella, Cranella.
That's right.
And Fred Wills.
Yeah.
Fast Fred from Cheshire.
Oh, and wait, one more. Titanium Tiff. So another awesome Notchview celebrity that you will see when you go to Notchview. All right, now I'm gonna let Fred take it away. What did you do, Art?
Or just right back to the top.
Just a second.
Scrolled all the way to the top.
Yeah, just give me a second here. Okay. Sorry.
Art broke everything. What?
Yeah, now there's other people.
No, it's good. No. It's good.
No.
It's all fine and good. Just okay.
Okay. All right, there. Okay.
Yeah, because we were just in there.
Yeah. All right, off you go, Fred.
It reset. Because where's Titanium Tiff?
Because it's okay, Fred. I got it covered.
Says you. All right.
No, I think there was an issue. So.
Oh, okay. I think I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Read between the lines. Just pay no.
Nicole Carey.
Yes, Cash and Carey.
All right.
Yes,
I met her. Rufus and Brenda Chafee Fortin Chafee Chocolatey Chicken. The longest name.
Yeah, I
That's
gotta
someone
say,
that you'll see at if you go to Spring on the Trails. I'm assuming. I don't know. That's where we
yes,
met them, so I'm assuming they're going to be there this year.
they're always there in our hearts.
Yes.
I think that Culturebot loves reading their names back the most, either their name or Albert Starr's name.
Elvis.
The dollar, 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 dollar. It's pretty good.
Lends a lot.
Mhm.
Takes off a lot.
That's right. Thanks, Fred.
The Blue Hills Contagion.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about that last episode when our guest was talking about running in the Blue Hills, and I was like, "Don't catch the contagion," but I didn't say that.
We can
He
only
would have
say
been
so
like,
much.
"What the hell are you talking about?" All right, Kelsey Yang,
Mm,
Oh, Kelsey. She's a sweetie.
Austin Frank, best hot dogs in Texas.
that's right.
Franklin Gandalf, the Gray,
Yay.
the Wizard,
Right.
We're
Founding
going to be
father
running
of
with
Lord of the
him
Rings.
in a couple weeks.
Big Scott Jensen,
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I missed you,
Laura,
Colchester.
Fast Cat Richie.
Meow. Hopefully we'll see her at Tark at the
Yeah.
Hallenback.
Yeah.
Fast Cat, you better be there.
Calling her out.
David
Mhm.
Kaplan,
Hmm.
Crutchley. I haven't seen him in a
Yay,
while.
he's going to be at Tark. He's going to be at Hallenback.
Really?
Well, that's what the registration says.
That's
He
what the
better be
registration
there,
tells me.
Allegedly.
allegedly. So hopefully he'll squeeze us in for a lap.
Yeah.
That sounded weird.
We'll get on his dance card.
Just gonna go right past that.
Yeah.
Ben Millette,
Hmm.
Tony DiDemizio,
All right.
Sam Dibdahl.
That's right. Sam posted up an interactive retracing of the Cut 112.
Yeah, that's pretty
cool.
awesome. I found myself
is.
watching the entire thing like slowly. Like,
I know. And
Yeah.
it's also good just to prove to all the fuckers over at Midstate Massive that they're not the only point-to-point ultra, okay?
Yeah.
Right,
Love you guys,
man.
but
We do
really,
it
come
too.
on. Let's
Yeah.
get rid of it. We corrected you a couple times now. It's like, okay, let's just deny reality. Sorry, back to you, Fred.
Mike Reardon,
That's right.
Clement Scented Chunks,
Uh-huh.
Joseph Morris Rowe, running the streets.
Mm.
Richard runs trails not on the streets, on YouTube, and finishes Traveler 100
Yeah, I didn't even know you could do that.
on
Oh, you
YouTube.
can.
I know. Who even knew the Traveler 100 was on YouTube? But there it is.
Mm.
Amy Jennifer Hanlon's friend,
Uh-huh.
out on her own, not with Amy Jennifer Hanlon.
Today, yep. It's
Oh.
brave.
Andy Tidd, Pride of Plymouth, solid
yeah.
as a rock, right here. Ultra Walker, who, rumor has it, right? There's a rumor that Ultra Walker is entering the Cut 112.
Oh,
Ooh.
yes. It's
Quite a
true. I can
challenge.
confirm that.
Quite a
Rumor has it. Isn't there like
Yeah.
a song from the 80s, Rumor Has It?
Yeah.
Rumor Has
Yeah, I
It?
don't know. It was from the 80s though.
Okay. Maybe
But
from
anyways,
the-
but yes.
Okay.
But I forget who sings it.
Glad to have him there.
Adele sings a Rumor Has It song. I don't
Oh.
know. Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. Okay. Balthammer.
Mm.
I'll probably see him at the fair in about 2.5 months.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Book Arby's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Arby's.
Yeah. We're done with
that.
Arby's. Yeah.
Take it again.
Jacques Sarbach wins the t-shirt contest. Very good, Jacques. And
Very good.
just basically wins the races too.
Yeah.
Quite quick.
Can you imagine him passing somebody? Oh, sorry it took me this long to pass you, but the first lap really took it. I just I got the shits after the first lap.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know.
That's quite a flex, right? It's like, oh yeah, I'm passing it. Oh yeah, but I already ran a lap. Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting it's not. Oh, you didn't? No? Oh, okay. All right. And you got, you didn't get Brian Musiak yet, right?
Brian Musiak.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Listen to the music. Yeah. Wait a minute. There she is. There's Amy Jennifer Hanlon. Your friend's on the last page, Amy. Go find your friend. the Lazarus Crew. Jenna Gould.
On the evil Becky level.
Wait a minute. Jenna Gould. Not.
It's got it going on.
Yeah, but I was going to say, how she changed her name back to her name.
I think, no, we're not supposed to say her name. That's the deal.
Oh.
She's going to sue us.
We can't say Lenny's mom? That's not.
No, that you can say.
Oh.
You just can't say the other that you already said.
Real name.
Oh, the part that I already said. Lenny's mom's got to go on.
The part about Jenna Gould, yes.
Yeah, she posted something.
Let's say her name again.
With the Allman Brothers quote. So I shouted back to her that, like, oh, you're one of the Allman Brothers. And she said, you're one of 3 people who will get that. But anyway, so I did. Because she likes the same kind of music I like. Michael Ko. Julian Ellefson.
Yay.
Aw, Ellie.
Ellie Pell. We got to get her back.
Well, Ellie Pell.
I need me some Ellie Pell.
Yeah, missing that Ellie Pell. Run the Lights at Midnight, always. Celeste, checking from, I don't know, somewhere in the middle of the ocean, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Celeste Fong, a ding dong. Jessica Crandall.
Knows all, sees all. What?
Amy Mauer Power.
Oh, yeah.
Who's finishing up that book on DNFs. So that's going to be coming out.
She's never going to finish that.
That would be great if she was just writing it forever.
I'm surprised this shit got published.
You know what?
She never finished.
That's perfect. Like the end of it, she should just like have a half chapter that just sort of peters out. Right? That would be great.
I just made it chapter to chapter.
Matt Nilsson Schmilson.
Yes.
Justin Kowski.
Running the Cut 112.
He's quite fast. He might be like near the front of the Cut 112. In fact, if you pace with him, you're probably like really in good shape.
He'll be like ahead of the pace car.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be true.
He will be the pace car.
Art will be scrambling to get
I will.
Guildford.
Yes. No, it would be interesting to see because this will be fun.
It should be fun. Sherry Booby.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right.
Monkey Stuffer.
Monkey Stuffer. We don't do many monkey edits anymore, right?
She was just doing Monkey Stuffer was like doing another college
I know they're starting up with
the kids are growing up, Monkey Stuffer.
I know.
Microscopic Porcupine. Hey, George. Dave Hoops.
Hoops and Poops. Saw him at
running in his clogs.
Yes. We did tell that story, right? Did we have a chance to?
I don't know.
He showed up
to King of Pain apparently without his running shoes and realized right as the gun was going off or close to then that he didn't have them, and he had on kind of like a moccasin / clog
Eddie Bauer
type shoe, like a leather, like not even a walking shoe, like a not like a fancy dress shoe, but
I'm taking the garbage out to the curb and I'm too lazy to put on my shoes.
And he ran it anyway?
And he ran the race in them. Awesome. And I don't even remember who, because I remember looking down and being like, what? And it was really, really funny.
I think that's awesome. Leanne Zarger.
Yay, Laz.
Everywhere.
She is.
She's like running races. She's skiing. She's everywhere. She's living the life.
She is.
Yep. She's hanging out at the Colchester.
Yeah. That's right. Doing a lap of Colchester. I think that's when I met her last year at Colchester.
Did the double half. Yeah.
Jimmy's race first. Jake Cocatine.
Oh yeah.
Loud Dog.
So we got to give Law Dog a pro tip. when you get your Cultra hat, just remember that you can't wash it. Okay, I wouldn't do that. That's like really like a leap of faith by doing it. So.
You should get a hat, put a little tag in it that says dry clean only, and then send it to him.
Okay, all right,
right?
Okay, all right. Yeah, I think we got to work on that. We got some ideas here, Fred. Those are good. I like this idea stuff. That's good.
Yeah, you just got to kick around ideas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Bobby Kennedy said, right? Some people see things that are and say why. I see things that never were and say why not.
That's right. And we choose to go to the moon.
And no, that was
not because it's easy.
Not because it's easy,
but because to do less would be to sacrifice the gift.
That's John Steve Prefontaine Kennedy. Yes,
that's right. Yes, yeah. He's the little known fact that he was a Kennedy.
One of the lesser known Kennedys.
He was the West Coast Kennedy. So,
all right.
Okay, we got to get through these, man. Let's pump up the volume here.
Bryce Henley.
Oh yeah.
B. Rice. Berkshire Trailheads repping the Shire.
Oh yeah.
PKO.
Oh yeah, he was there.
Tony Bonanno. Hope you're doing well, Tony.
Yay.
Go get him, Tony.
Antone D. Betancourt.
And Tony, we got some retiring to do. Let's get our shit together, okay?
Yeah, you guys got to get it going. Get that retiring going.
That's right.
Benjamin Griffin with all those N's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ben 1N.
Mm-hmm.
Mayor of Massachusetts, Cultra City. Emily Mayor.
Mm-hmm.
10 junk miles. Get some while supplies last. You never know.
Yeah.
Tomorrow might sell out.
That's right. It's yeah. It's the countdown it's the final countdown.
The final countdown.
Yeah. Enrique Teo, father of the chosen one.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And me cook Desit in the rear. Okay, somebody else can pick it up. Who's picking it up?
Oh, I'll jump in here. How about that?
Yeah.
If that's okay, Beck. You okay with that?
Yes.
All right. Amaya Sorensen staying on the Cultra path.
Stay on the path.
Ross Belak doing the double Erie Canal. Fucking right, man. That's some graduate level shit right there. So, thanks again. You know, he's just a one of those people that who's going to carry the boats? We don't do that here, right? We don't even have a fucking boat, and he wants to carry it. So there you go. Tom the Destroyer, Stardye, Chris Rosal knows all, sees all, and Albert Star Galactica, $. Yeah, he's picking up pennies from heaven out there lately. We have Macho Man coming in, and hello, Clarice. I have a problem saying like chlorophyll. Is this spelled like chlorophyll? Sarah Porras, suing and crewing. So, Fred, have you sued her lately or been in a battle against her?
I sued her. She sued me.
You can't say if you did, right?
Not recently, but yeah, I can't disclose.
Yeah. Sorry, can't talk about an ongoing investigation.
Comment.
That's right. JJ Duran, he is not at the Evil Becky level, but at a 1 cent over the Evil Becky level, which is
look at that.
Wonderful. Just like a baller. Nice. He's been calling out some peace and justice, singing it high from the trees about people who are overcharging for shit and stuff.
Yes. Well, yeah, there's that
funny
race,
stuff,
right? The race that's like $2,000 or something.
I don't
want to promote it, so I'm just gonna make a reference to it.
But it's only, you know what? It's only $2,000. You know when it's $2,000? If you sign up for that shit, right? Otherwise, it's free.
If you run it, that's what it's doing.
Otherwise, it's free.
You don't
fucking sign up.
Yeah.
Just an idea. I think there's like a, Eastern philosophy in there somewhere.
Mm.
The rock's not heavy if you don't try to pick it up. We have Jack I. Smith. I saw her at Colchester, and she is looking like she's a trained champion. She is like done. Yeah.
She's had a good like year and a half. She's working it. Yeah.
We'll see you in a year and a half. So
yeah.
she's like doing everything right. She can't be stopped. Don't try.
She can't.
We got Jank, can't stop, won't stop. We got tolerable Bill Odendahl, RD of the aforementioned
RD of Waramaug.
Waramaug.
Get some all supplies last. Right.
That's right. Or he'll declare war on your mug, and you don't want that.
Yeah.
Jamie Myler. Yeah, I got a chance to connect with Jamie. That was lots of fun. That was really good.
Yes. It's a good poopsie.
One of the great people in the Cultra Nation. Both of them, Jamie and Simon.
Yeah, that's true. Simon C. Edgett. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while, and I got to go out and see him. So
I got to run with him last week, which was
you did right on the track. Right?
Yeah, that was my first time on our new track too, and it was very nice. We got to do our running and walking with the beautiful sunset.
Oh, nice.
Can he still run with short hair now? Is he off balance or anything?
He's even faster.
Is he? All right.
He doesn't have all those long locks holding him back.
Oh, okay.
I know.
And of course, I was like freezing. I had to like jump in my car because I was so cold. And when we finished, and I had on like long sleeve shirt, jacket, gloves, hat, like all that. He had on a t-shirt and shorts and was hot. And then at the end put on like a thin jacket. And when we got to our cars and my lips were purple, he's like, I have to take my jacket off. I'm getting hot. I'm like, only Simon C.
Wow.
Yeah.
Simon C. Edgett. Next
he came up with a song. Selfies in the sun. Selfies in the sun. Round and round. Never end. Okay. All right. Go on. Sorry.
I thought that was like Islands in the Stream. Anyway, we have
in the sun.
That is what
you are. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Marty DeCow. We have Angela Rose. I saw her at the there with Hunter Joe. That was kind of cool. Got a chance to say hi. Got Bikini Chicken.
Wah, wah.
Thank you. Chocolatey oatmeal raisin chip.
That's like too many things. The oatmeal raisin chip. I don't know.
I'm like, my palate's confused.
Yes, exactly. Some macadamia nuts though. You can throw those in the chip. Those are good.
Yeah. We got a hashtag Hundo Joe. So I just have been busting Joe's chops with. I did a little bit of AI work on Hundo's Happy Hour, and actually, I encourage everybody to listen to the Hundo's Happy Hour podcast. It's very good. Actually, I don't even know if it's a podcast. It's not a podcast. I'm just kidding. So wherever you get your happy hours. So I got to go out running with him soon. So Azam Pulatov. And now here we go. William Keep Running Bro on YouTube Jara.
All right.
So I guess that's like a plug for his YouTube station there. So I suggest that you go listen to that, okay? Or what do? Watch that shit.
Watch that and listen. Watch and listen.
That's right.
So like when you come to the train tracks.
And learn, okay?
Yeah. Stop looking.
Yeah. Long distance runner, what are you standing there for, right?
All right. Yeah.
Ron Lacandro.
Come on down.
Let's see. Powered by Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
Tarts there.
Tarts.
That is awesome. We got Tunks's Jamie McCusker. Take a bite out of crime. I saw her at the over yonder at Colchester. Bassick Hustle.
Bassick.
Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Trail Charts.
Yeah, Joe.
Right. And Joffrey Myler.
I wonder if he's any relation to Jamie Myler.
Yeah. I think that's just some false rumors.
Right.
So now we're down. We're counting down And the further we go down the list is the oldest do we say that? The most senior
The oldest,
supporters.
Wow.
most grizzled, but
These
still
are the-
spry.
Correct. Yes. These are the people who've been with us the longest. We have
Wow.
Michelle
Pom-poms.
Pom O'Neill was there like in the early days. She's like a Cultra OG,
She is.
Right.
along with Steep Endurance. That's right. Yes. And sign up for his races, right? We
Yeah,
gotta go
I
out
want to
and
do his
His
all
races
women's
are awesome.
race.
I think I'm going to go back to that brewery in Colebrook because as hard as that race was, I think it was pretty cool.
Did you say Roaring Cobra?
No,
I
Col-
thought
Yes, it's exactly what he said.
brewery in Colebrook.
Sweep the
Close
leg.
enough.
Also roaring cobras. Yes.
I thought it was like Cobra Kai race.
Yeah, there were spitting cobras at the brewery in Colebrook. Yes.
That is awesome.
That was pretty cool.
So check them out. That's like if you want to support a good thing, that's something to support there. Unlike a janky podcast, right? The original douche canoe paddler, Christine Shinhing.
That was great to see her at the King of Pain. She always looks so good.
She does.
She really does.
Thinking good. And then Michael Lopresti Loop.
Over troubled waters.
Yeah.
But he's
he
never
was-
over troubled waters because he's always so happy.
The godfather
he
of
is,
the
and
trail mixers.
He's just consistent, you know? He's like Mr.
He is.
He
Consistent
is.
there. So very good. And last but not least, he who is last is first. At this point, our longest continuous supporter.
Dun, 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 dun,
He's
dun,
like the
dun.
Lake Waramaug of supporters.
Yeah, he is. Like if we should name Waramaug the Bill Gibbs 100K. So
As opposed to the Jack Bristol 100K we could
yeah, it is. That's actually what it's called now. And so thank you, Bill. Thank you. Now I just want to thank all the patrons. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Stephen. I just hit him
No.
backwards, right? That's normal, right?
Yes. Yeah, go right back up the list.
Yeah. So definitely thank you guys so much for all your support. The support is good. And
Yes, we appreciate it.
yeah,
Keep
it's
the lights
really
on.
awesome. You know, if you want to be a supporter, a Patreon supporter, we have a link in our show notes. You can do that. And I'm just trying to figure out how to get out of my screen here. Oh, let's see. Oh, look at this. Here. Try this one. Try that one. Oh, look at that. See? And you guys said I didn't know how to use an Apple environment, so
Yeah. Hey, and
so-
a shout out to I know I probably already shouted out to her, but to what-
Monkey Stuffer?
No, who cares about her?
Oh,
No,
really? Why?
what's I'm only joking. She knows I love her. Laura, Celeste and I did the interview.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Laura Becker.
Yes. That was really
Yes.
that was very enjoyable, and it kind of got my mind working and stuff, and so I really enjoyed doing that interview with her. And then
And now
doing the
Becky's
interview
having more
too with
children. Right? Is that
yeah, no, definitely
got you thinking about it? You're
yeah,
like,
no.
I should have
Thinking,
a couple more kids.
God, I have two and done. And then of course,
So Patreons, we now have the naming rights level. So if you give us, we're gonna have like we
Oh,
can
that would be
name
beautiful.
Becky's newest child. It's okay. Like
Yeah.
if you wanted to, what would you name Becky's child? That you can ask
Right.
us, and
yeah,
we won't give you that right, but we'll give you a sticker.
that's a close second.
Oh,
It is,
So,
right? That's
yeah.
pretty good.
Yes.
So,
Well, it was fun.
it was, yes, and
I had fun. Thank you all.
yeah, thank you. I'm glad that we could do this. Thanks to all our Patreons. Thanks to I'm so excited for our races coming up, and I don't know what else to say. You know, I guess we've kind of said everything already, right?
Right. We
Exactly.
have.
It's all
Couple
been said.
times over, except for this. If you've made it this far, of course,
Right.
seek professional help.
Exactly.
And we will see you all in a mile.
Mile and a half.
All right. Bum, 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 ba-da-da-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. I love the ending of last week's episode, by the way.
How did we screw that up again?
Well, because I hit play and then the thing just like wanted to update and it didn't do. And I was like, okay, just wait. Okay, I'll edit this. And they're like, okay, it's not going to happen. And then it fucking played. And I said, man, that was funny. I can't believe that played. And then it played again.
Right.
That was actually really, really funny.
That was
that did keep me giggling for a while.
Yeah.
A little double dose.
That was awesome. So,
Yay.
hey, so